Hi, so I have to register a party just to have one. This is the second part, but technically it's not the second part because this is also going to be a short part. Basically, what I'm going to do is just register, my go-to party, for these games, which would be, and this is subject to change, you know, I'm gladly add anyone else in if they like to. But we're gonna add in our usual party that's been with me through most of these games. I'm Jam the tank. So we have a hero, we have a tank, we need a medic. This is going to be Bianca the medic. So we got a medic, we got a tank, we got an offense slash tank. Like I can be both with the hero basically. And now we need some back rows, which I think I would probably want to do like a Zodiac maybe. Yeah, I think we're gonna do a Zodiac. Make a Zodiac. And this is gonna be Ash. Ash the Zodiac. So we have 2 front rows, 2 back rows so far. I need another front row. I need a straight up fighter. I think what I'm gonna do is make the Shogun, because that's a straight up frontline fighter. And then this one. This is totally just my character made up. Itsu. Alright. So we got... No. Arrange the party. So me, Armjan, and Itsu, Bianca, and Ash. Okay. And we should be able to register as a group, right? Looks like you finished gathering your guild members. That said, you're not ready to be introduced at headquarters just yet. You aren't experienced enough from where I'm standing. You don't have what it takes to handle the missions that HQ assigns. How about this, Ebonheart Guild? Besides the missions, there are also requests by various townspeople that you can accept. Most refer to them as quests. We have this system in place where citizens report their problems to a tavern. No, that's not a joke. All Maginians are like family to one another. It's only natural that we lend a hand. Now, normally the barkeep only assigns requests to the most capable candidates, but I will order him to prioritize your guild for now. Once you've polished your skills by fulfilling a few requests, I'll introduce you to at HQ. Does that sound feasible to you? Sure. Excellent. Then make your way to Cavasier's Tavern. I'll let him know in advance that you're coming. Best of luck. Ah, yes, I almost forgot. This is for you. It's an exploration stipend. After all, some of the requests you accept could end up being quite dangerous. One last thing, don't forget to take care of skill acquisitions. Yeah, I understand. Alright, so Cavasier's Tavern. Oh, is that a new face I see? He's the barkeeper around here. Kavasi. Just so you know, we got lots of requests from the people. Get me this, I want that, kill that monster, hell, even go out on a date with me. I'm just kidding. Anyway, if you complete a request, you'll earn yourself a reward. Oh, are you Ebonheart Guild by any chance? I was told to give you priority on all my requests. How about it then? I want to jump in. You can take on quests here. Sure. We'd like to let the goats graze outside Maginia, but we're a bit wary of unexplored land. We got goats, sheep, cows. Whenever the city lands, the herdsmen take the livestock out of the city. Especially trained soldier. The goats will eat the grass and plants while you keep watch over them. Okay, sounds good. And what's this one? Go and fish that giant guardian out of the lake. You don't care? Oh, you're so cruel. Well, just humor me. Okay, so he wants me to go to Napier's shop. Napier's firm. Unfamiliar faces. I'll wager a guess that you've only just formed your guild. I'd heard from the Explorers Guild that there would be some new adventurers stopping by with a stipend to gear themselves. In that case, we here at Napier's firm have all the essentials that you could wish to purchase. It would do you no good to be defeated in the labyrinth with a full purse, correct? At Napier's firm, you can buy and sell stuff. When shopping, press the Y button, toggle the item's description between an item for sale. You can use... Okay. Remember to use these functions when buying stuff. I'm not gonna use that. I'm not gonna use any of my stipend though right now. So let's go to the gate. I basically just want to get to my first labyrinth. Lost Archipelago, Lemuria. And then I want to end this part off. As you step outside the city, you're greeted by a world unlike anything you've ever seen. You step into the crisp morning air and note there's not a cloud in the sky. It's as if fate had blessed you on your journey. As you stand in awe of the vast landscape before you, a guard appears. Are you the Ebonheart Guild? I received word of you from the tavern. He turns to you and continues. It's dangerous up ahead. There's no telling what monsters we'll run into, so make sure you're prepared before we depart. You appear ready, but it seems you've taken on 2 requests simultaneously. Is that right? If you'd like to take the goats, then I suggest heading north. There's some lush plains up that way that I'm sure they'll enjoy. I'll be tending to the goats on the trip, so I'd like you to be our escort. If you're more inclined to seek out the water source, you'll want to head west. Okay. Alright, so this is interesting. It's like a world map. Let's go do the goat one, I think. The warm sunlight and echoing of bird calls are nearly enough to make you forget the dangers that are indigenous to these lands. Yes, here is perfect. The herd of goats begins to spread out across the area, happily grazing at the grass and plants that hug the fertile ground. The goats you watch over come in all shapes and sizes. The warm air, the pleasant breeze, the rustling trees, the quiet bleating of the goats. The pleasant pastoral scene nearly makes you forget that you're here on an important mission. As the sun begins to set, you decide it is time to head back to Maginia. Before you can start your journey, the soldier rushes up to you. We've got a problem. One goat has gone missing. Will you help me find it? The soldier tells you a young feisty goat named Bighorn has run off. You think of potential directions in which the goat may have gone. He must have headed toward the city, the forest, or the valley. Search the plentiful forest. You head off toward the forest in search of the lost goat. You pray he doesn't come this way. It will be difficult to find him in this dense forest. Suddenly you hear the sharp bleating of a terrified goat in the trees. Fortunately, the bleating leads you in the direction of the lost goat. As you rush through the trees, you spot a goat cornered in a clearing by a monstrous creature. This must be Bighorn. Draw your weapons and save the poor animal. Uh-oh. Alright, our first battle. So he has shield protect. For 3 turns of damage reduction of guard skill boost. Where's no damage to party for his turn? Painless. Which I don't seem to have right now. Is it cause I don't have a shield equipped maybe? Just everyone attack for now. You discovered a new monster, Rabid Koala. You discovered a new item. Great tree. Preserve. A monster was attacking him. Thank you. Be sure to tell my superiors what you have done for us. Really, thank you. Our work for the day is done. Let's head back to Birgitta. The warm sunlight and the echoing of bird calls are nearly enough to make you forget the dangers that are indigenous. After passing through the grassy plains, you reach a small lake, its surface gleaming with sunlight. You can see fish of all shapes and sizes swimming beneath the surface of the crystalline water. You see no sign of a lake guardian. Does one truly live in these waters? You ponder that as you stare at the lake. A duck glides across the calm surface. Suddenly, the bird begins to thrash about as something violently drags it underwater. Was the bird just attacked by the guardian of the lake? You now see why the civilians say this lake is not safe enough to use as a supply. You decide you will catch this monstrous fish and ensure the civilians can make use of this lake. Who will attempt it? Let's get me. Lucas takes the rod you received at the tavern and readies it in a flash. They then cast the line into the center of the lake, close to where the bird was swimming. You wait and wait, but nothing bites. It could be the location, the bait of their lack of fishing skill. You won't catch anything at this rate. Bianca suggests they wriggle a line. Ash disagrees, saying it's better to sit still and wait. Itsu jumps in too, insisting that you should toss ground meat into the water. Wait patiently. Wait patiently. You decide to wait patiently for the guardian to take the bait. You silence your voice, even your breathing, and stay as still as possible to avoid alerting the fish. A quiet breeze rustles through the reeds. You wait and wait, but the guardian doesn't go for the bait. Despite your efforts, it seems you failed to catch the guardian of the lake. Exhausted, you begin to reel in. But something big grabs the bait, tugging on the rod. Lucas grabs the rod, but the fish on the line begins to drag them toward the lake. Only one thing could be big enough to pull this hard. The guardian of the lake. Lucas regards the submerged guardian with a fierce glare. Pull as hard as you can. Lucas strains against the rod, desperately trying to pull the fish closer, but the guardian yanks at the line. As human and fish battle for superiority, the fishing rod begins to strain and creak. Panicking, Lucas quickly stops pulling on the rod. It doesn't look like you can pull the fish out of the lake. As the stalemate continues, Bianca suddenly cries out in realization. Bianca readies their weapon and aims it at the giant fish. Then they throw their weapon at the shadow beneath the water. The weapon flies true and strikes the huge creature as it falters. Lucas yanks on the line. Lucas pulls the fish out of the water. It sports row upon row of sharp teeth and is easily larger than the tallest man you know. Thanks to your efforts, the guardian will no longer threaten or attack anyone who draws close to the lake. The city civilians can now safely use the lake as a source. You decide to head back to Birgitta. We did it. Nice. Me and Bianca. You've completed this request at the remains. Okay, so I can turn this in now. Looks like you've done it. I heard you found a lost goat. Got nectar for that. And we finished the Guardian of the Lake. Good work out there. Is that the one that looks like a tigerfish? You should hear the stories people are telling about you. You might not have planned on getting famous for a fish, but in any case, the Bigwigs is very happy. Here's your reward. Wow, you completed 2 requests in a row. You're pretty dang good. Maybe I should ask you about this other one, too. I've got another request that I'd like you to accept. This request wants you to find a missing person. A medic went to gather some herbs and hasn't been seen. If someone doesn't go looking for her soon, she might not find her. We might not find her in one piece. I can't tell you about it until you accept the request, so I'd appreciate it if you did. Find the missing medic. You're accepting that request? Let me give you the details. A medicine shop in the city put a request for an adventurer to gather herbs for them. A new adventurer, much like yourselves, eagerly accepted the request, but she still hasn't come back. She could be attacked by monsters or thieves all the way out there. That's why we'd like someone to go look for her. You're no monster or thief, are you now? What? You're not? Alrighty then. Though they do say it takes a thief to catch a thief. Here's some information that will help you. The medic's name is Birgitta, and she went into the Verdant Force. Go find Birgitta in the Verdant Force. Good luck. After proceeding through the darkness of the forest for a short while, you pause. You hear a monstrous roar and the voice of someone who's clearly engaged in battle. It sounds like someone is struggling against a dangerous beast. You can either try to rush to their rescue or cautiously advance to their location. Rush. After charging to the sound of the combat as quickly as possible, you notice a girl with a staff confronting some monsters. There's no time to think. Draw your weapons and prepare to fight. Force boost and force break. Force boosts are special skills unique to each class that boast powerful effects. There's a prerequisite to using them. They can only be used when your force gauge is at 100. Okay. Alright, I understand. Like now. Ranged cut to all enemies, then restore party's HP beyond max. Just attack. Damn, one hit kill. Nice. You discovered a new monster, Musclefly. After lowering your weapons, you turn to the girl who had been attacked. Birgitta the medic. She appears to be injured, although not severely. Birgitta then looks around, then the immediate area growing more and more distressed with each passing second. Laika. I brought her with me because I thought it wouldn't be that dangerous out here. Laika is nowhere to be found, but after a thorough search, you found that the bushes to the north have been disturbed. Seems like something's run through this area. You can either tell the upset girl that you will assist her, or you can ignore her pleas. I'll find Laika. Upon hearing this, she looks much more relieved. So you're called Ebonheart Guild. Well, thank you so much. May I join you on the search? I won't be able to fight, so I'm sorry I can't be the most helpful. Birgitta is accompanying you. She will not fight on the front lines, but as a medic, she will heal the entire party's HP after a battle. The worried girl gives you a weak smile, then you head toward the disturbed bushes to the north. Eastern Shrine. Oh, alright. We hit the first labyrinth. The Archipelago of Treasure. Your search takes you through the bushes and deposits you into a clearing. An expanse of what seems to be an ancient ruin lies ahead. This island is supposedly uninhabited. Why then? Are there ruins here? You keep that question in mind as you press forward, continuing your search for Laika. As you proceed through the unexplored forest, you discover a small open area. You look around the area, but Laika is nowhere to be seen. Laika, where are you? Birgitta scans the area, deep-set worry in her eyes. You reassure her that everything will be alright and continue on through the ruins. Alright. Can we leave? Because clearly battle is... Yeah, I think we can. Clearly battle's about to happen, I think. By what I'm seeing there, you can see the meters going out. Which means, even though we haven't started yet, I can technically grind here if I wanted to. And which is where I want it to end off. For now.